Oof. Good evening, class. I drank just a huge caramel cookies and cream milkshake. I got body freeze. It sucks. Well, it's a damn good milkshake though. All right, the last part of the second chapter. The AracKnight Returns. We're aiming for 5 volumes. We're about to finish volume 2. My body warms up. Baby, don't hide under the bed. All right, we take you to Christmas time, 1976. We've got the Amazing Spider-Man. We've got this Marvel fucking team up. So bad. But we're getting something out of it. The problem is, there's still 100. No, there's still 98 issues to go in this fucking series. We've got the annual. The annual came into play. It helped us out with the whole human fly thing, which is all fun. So we've got an Amazing Spider-Man Annual 11 if we get that far. If we get to January 1977. Because we got to do these two first. So let's do this. And let's finish this fucking thing tonight. And we'll move on to the new one at some point. All right, recap first, the last 2 pages. Page 21, Sandman looks almost happy and innocent for a short moment before Peter brings him back to Earth while pouring himself a fresh cup of tea. For the first time, for the first time in forever, I feel normal. Ironic, isn't it? You can have your salvation, which comes with eternal house arrest. Maybe you could cut a deal and bring home a. Maybe you could cut a deal and bring home a gamma ray. What are you doing? Oh, good girl. Maybe you can cut a deal and bring home a gamma necklace. That was kind of cruel. These 2 men try to kill me. That's because Vulture will get Peter's face. That's because you involved yourself. Another one of Osborn's pawns looking for fortune and glory at the end of a stick. He will cripple you, boy. Unless, of course, we do first. You know what, old man? That ring of gamma outside nullifies both of our abilities. So the way I see it, this will be a fair fight. Sandman tries to intervene and even calm them down. Ironically, Tony is egging them on to fight. Now, boys, I know everyone's cranky. But right now I'm enjoying this moment of solidarity. So why don't you two pipe down, have some tea, and make an escape plan? And make an escape? Make an escape plan. I disagree. Fight. What? You're right. I mean, you're right, Peter. These two try to kill you. And now you have youth, you have anger, all that testosterone and hormones. Why not just take it all out in this decrepit old fossil? More powdered eggs for all of us. Stark, what the bloody hell are you doing? Relax, Sandman. I've been cooped up for a year with no streams or scotch. I could use some entertainment. What do you say? Double or nothing on the kid. TKO. Peter and the Vulture go to lock up like wrestlers as Stark continues to egg them on and tries to point them towards the hotel door. Better make a move, kid. He seems like the type to hit first. But before you kill each other, can you do me a favor? As Peter and the Vulture grapple with one another, Sandman tries to intervene, but Stark pushes himself into all of them just to get them. Wait. Sandman tries to intervene, but Stark pushes himself into all of them to get them to barrel towards the hotel front door. Aim for the door, not the windows. Stark, you're blooming nuts. Just trust me, Sandman, and push! And just like that, Vulture and Peter go flying out the front door of the hotel suite into the field at the base of the Gamma farm. We see the suited overlords turn towards them. Nice move, Stark. Now what? Quick, while the overlords are distracted watching the brawl, grab as many rocks as you can. This is our only shot before they zap the 2 of them. Instead of immediately zapping them, the overlords gather around while the slave labor also watches as Peter and the Vulture brawl like 2 wrestlers. We even see the overlords cheering while the Sandman is in the background grabbing as many gamma rocks as he can. One of the best parts of watching pro wrestling growing up was when one of the great villains of the squared circle would have a change of heart. A melodramatic moment hyped by sound, sweat, and spectacle. And the man you spent eternity booing and hissing is now your champion. Your hero. It's a trope that's been done over and over. So how do you make it fresh? We see a quick, almost somber shot of Sandman, loaded up with rocks, making eye contact with a young captive through his radiation mask. He puts his finger over his mouth to signal him to keep quiet. This is almost like a moment where you can have the Sandman almost turn babyface, and the guys can liberate this mind instead of being selfish and walking away. No one knows the circumstance that led Flint Marco to a life of crime, or how he found himself the victim of a madman's machinations. But even while his friend brawled with his enemy and his captors were distracted, there was one singular moment where he thought he could make it out in time and make a break. By himself, for himself. The pro wrestling villain's trope. The cowardly heel escape. But something in the fields triggered a turn. When Peter comes to, he sees he and the unconscious Vulture are strapped to laboratory beds in a makeshift lab. We see the masked Dr. Stillwell, who stands slightly gangly and deformed from gamma exposure, observing them while flanked by one of his armed masked guards. The doctor is running a radiation scanner along Peter's body as he wakes up and observes. "You're awake, sir. I am Dr. Harlan Stillwell, and I'm amazed that you are still alive. You don't have the same levels of gamma radiation in your blood as your colleagues here. But there are traces. That's why pure gamma exposure merely normalized you, as opposed to killing you. Are you a mutant? Or a lab experiment? Actually, I'm a Gemini." Removing his mask and showing an almost disfigured but smart face, we close up on the sadistic grin of Dr. Stillwell. Charming, to the last. You will make a perfect specimen. Panning out, we will see two large Bacta tanks, as Dr. Stillwell orders their beds pushed closer by guards. He preaches to Peter and the Vulture while admiring his tank specimens like works of art. I have been begging our benefactors to obtain for us enhanced individuals. Unfortunately, we don't get many tourists in the wastelands. At least none of your ilk. I have long lectured of the benefits of fucking hate this line. I have long lectured of the benefits of synthesized gamma particles. Fuck it. I have long lectured of the benefits of synthesizing gamma particles and placing them. I have long lectured of the benefits of synthesizing gamma particles and placing them in the bloodstream. The next step in human evolution. Imagine a cell that can eat cancerous tissue, or perhaps even revive the memories, or perhaps revive the memories of a fallen mind. Perhaps revive the memories of a fallen mind. But the powers that be used it to make weapons of mass destruction. And well, you know the rest. But in the aftermath of their avarice, they created this field of treasure, like the gods handing us ambrosia. Wonderful. So why not experiment on yourself? We see Dr. Stillwell from the back while he lights up the Bacta tank containing the human fly, who we see is in a state of frozen Bacta, like a blue Han Solo from Empire Strikes Back in carbonite freeze. He is currently dead but cryogenically frozen like Walt Disney. Peter looks on in horror. That is the end game, sir. We have made several attempts at creating our own gamma-enhanced army, but all specimens have failed. Their bodies wouldn't adapt. Our human fly showed amazing progress, so there is still hope. You will be the harbinger in our quest for human perfection, perhaps even immortality. Really, I prefer to be a spectator. Unfortunately, you have no say in the matter, and your sacrifice will be to science. I was going to save your trials to move further along, but your little brawl tonight sped up the process, and I don't think your friend will last the night. This old man is not my friend. Dr. Stillwell once again maniacally grins as he reveals the specimen in the other tank by lighting it up. Peter once again looks on in horror as we see Norman Osborn hooked up to tubes and bubbles as he is floating in the Bacta tank. While his body looks lifeless, his eyes still seem to carry that menacing glow. even while looking almost dead. What about this one? Friend or foe? It's complicated. Our studies show this man has injected himself with high levels of synthesized gamma, along with traces of a rare spider venom with origins along the Dark Continent. He is proof that a serum can be commingled into the bloodstream, but in order to copy it, we must harvest all of it, along with him and your other friend who was drenched. Along with him and your other friend who was drenched. And that makes me, in a sinister move, Dr. Stillwell turns and grabs Peter by the face, coming in close and almost inspecting him like a serial killer inspects his victims. He is holding a large syringe. I think he's holding. He pulls out. He whips out. He whips out a large syringe, which spots a hint of blood green fluid, like he's about to inject Peter with a dose of synthesized gamma. The vessel! Just as Dr. Stillwell is about to inject Peter with the needle, there is a massive smashing and shaking sound. It is similar to when the T-Rex first showed up in Jurassic Park. I am going for that kind of vibe. The guards begin to panic as they look to Dr. Stillwell for orders. SFX of the more T-Rex. The more of the more. SFX of more. Oh shit. It's back. Don't panic. This is what we wanted. Get the others and prepare the trap. Move! And that brings us to the present. We need the Hulk to come in and fuck this place up. Ugh. Can we do it? Can this be? I mean, we just ate a lot of goddamn food. I ate all this food to give me the fuel to finish this thing tonight, as opposed to tomorrow. Cannabis. Can I buy? Spider-Man vs. the Kingpin, December 1976. Oh god, they literally ripped off the same fucking story and team up with the trying to put Spider-Man's consciousness into the stupid Wraith, and now Kingpin's gonna do the same fucking thing with his kid. You know how fucking angry this makes me. Ooh, I'm burping up milkshake here. All right. All right, Spider-Man's out in the suburbs chilling, people looking at him on the back of a bus. He's relaxing. That's the last time I let you kids eat chili tacos before dinner. All right, wonderful. Helicopters coming, flying overhead. FAA markings. That means the Kingpin is up to no good. Somebody's got their own fucking high-tech chopper. Spider-Man's following it through the suburbs. It's stealing a truck. What kind of truck is this? Now, Spider-Man, of course, grabs onto the truck. Arrow trucking. Calmly trucking for years. They're putting money on my table. All right. What's this? Cripes, I should have known. It's my fair weather friends again. What's this? The Master Planet worked for Dr. Octopus? The gunman. We've done all this shit with the minions. We've worked with the minions. Although again, this is the minions getting their ass kicked by the Hulk now. So 1 second. What we need right now is the Hulk is busting in. He's the T-Rex. We're setting it up that they were supposed to have Tony Stark help them escape. They were supposed to call in S.H.I.E.L.D. None of that's going to work. However, the Hulk comes in, he's going to fuck shit up right now. I tell you, I'm sure getting tired. So Spider-Man's fighting off these fucking creeps. Where are we going to go with this story? So they're going to drop the truck. Wow. So Spider-Man makes a web ball. I kind of like the web ball. All right, Kingpin's after Spider-Man. I really don't like this story. So he wants to take Mary Jane out, but it turns out Mary Jane is out on a date. Because Peter's been a dick. It turns out, though, they're all at his place to bring him furniture. This is cool. This is when you see he's got some good friends. Oh, surprise! Oh, that's pretty cool. I actually like this issue. This is when everybody brings a piece of furniture over to Peter's apartment. It's good to have friends. A beat up couch, lots of shitty toasters, fish. Mary Jane is now dating Flash. She's doing it to piss Peter off and good. You're a dick, Peter, because you always fucking disrespect her. Nice chilling. Guarantee. Where's Peter going? My love life, what a joke. I never had so much luck with the opposite sex. Betty Brant is married to Ned Leeds and living in Paris. Gwen Stacy is many months dead, murdered by the Green Goblin. So he never acknowledges the fact that the clone came back and I guess left town. Oh, look at this. So Peter comes over and he sees Harry Osborn and Liz Allen. He's jealous, but he's happy for them. So he's to go swinging through town. What's this? See, look at this. Look, hey brother, it has been one heck of a day. First of all, that craziness with the mayor, Beam, and the tarantula. And then all the time I spent as Peter Parker checking with Con Edison to find out if anyone's been using an unusual amount of electricity lately. See this shit? It's them pushing that new fucking series. As dramatically displayed in all its glory in the first act issue of Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, on sale now, almost even as we speak. I don't think we'll start this issue. Maybe we'll have to start looking at it for the next one. We might have to use three sources. But technically, we are if you count the annuals. But they just happen to be popping up right now. So we're gonna have to introduce the third series now, which is fine. Which is fine. From what I can tell at a glance, the mechanism those hijacking the jockey stole requires a great deal of energy to activate it. All right, so what's going on? Movie studios, Spider-Man swinging around here. Spider-Man now has 3 monthlies. Tingling doorknob. He's going to kick something open here. But some my Spinnis is wrong. That desk and chair can't be much of a threat. But the door closes. Oh, I remember. It's the Kingpin who wants to melt Spider-Man's fucking head, or he wants to drain Spider-Man's life essence to put into his kid. So we got thugs here now. Private Army of Crime. So what are we doing in these 2 pages? How are we closing this out? I wanted to close it out. So Kingpin says, look, I want to fight you, Spider-Man. I'm going to destroy this fucking desk and smash it over your fucking head. I want to pile drive you, power bomb you, F5 you into the fucking wall. I don't need my thugs. And then Spider-Man's going to fight the Kingpin, punch him in his fucking face. So they go and have themselves a good old-fashioned brawl. The Kingpin never loses. Incredible strength. He's so damn strong. He's fighting me through a wall. We have a test of strength. A couple of more punches in the face. Shoots a gas rocket into his head. And when Spider-Man wakes up, he's strapped down, which we already did in these pages. You will understand. Next issue. I'm going to steal your life. A blazing battle royal in the Brooklyn Navy Yards. I like this. I like the sound of that. The Amazing Spider-Man, number 164. Did we get anything out of that? Remember, we got 12 panels, kids, and this fucking thing is done. Did we get anything out of that issue? Coming in, move. All right. Now, are we going to show this Hulk? Are we going to show the Hulk doing anything, or do you want to do like sound effects of it? Move. All right. So he yells out, move. Get the others to prepare the trap. Move. As the guards scatter to the exit. Dr. Stillwell gives Peter takes one last shot at trying to inject Peter. Let's do this. Just still. What happening? Oh, God damn it. Back of power. So need to quit cannabis. Yeah. Put the fucking. Can't see because fucking sunflowers. Oh, okay. I was hoping to observe. I was hoping to observe the results on you live. But it turns out I have a monster to catch. I was hoping to observe the results on you live. But it turns out I have a monster to catch. I was hoping to observe the results on you live. But it turns out I have a monster to catch. Before he can inject Peter, there is another smashing sound and an animal like roar, like a Frankenstein's monster. Has effects of the smashing and roaring. T-Rex style. All right. The smash is so close and powerful that Peter and the vulture are both knocked over their cots. The smash is so close and powerful that Peter and the vulture are both knocked over their cots. Over and off their cots. The restraints tearing and snapping upon the impact. Dr. Stillwell goes flying backwards. Now, I like what we're going to do here. Get a little horror going here. As he stumbles and falls backwards, the syringe also turns and stabs him stabs him in the heart. No, the heart, the throat. No, it stabs him in the throat. As he stumbles and falls backwards, the syringe also turns and stabs him in the throat. SFX of the falling and stabbing. I'm gonna add like the background, like the dialogue here is gonna be those troops getting like fucking smashed and thrown around by the Hulk. I kind of like that. As he stumbles and falls backwards, the syringe also turns and stabs him in the throat. S effects of the falling and stabbing. We'll get to the script part in just a second. S effects of the falling and stabbing. We see Dr. Stillwell convulsing and foaming at the mouth as he seemingly suffocates and dies. SFX of the vomiting, convulsing, and foaming. Just going to lay out the page and we'll get some dialogue going here. And see, should the vulture have been knocked out then? Because they both get knocked over. This should wake the fucking vulture up. We see Stillwell, Dr. Stillwell convulsing and foaming at the mouth. SFX of the vomiting, convulsing and foaming. The vulture stands up and stares down Peter. The vulture escapes while Peter turns and looks at the tank holding Norman Osborn. So I like this. Peter's gonna like literally roll up on it and he's gonna talk to him and stare right into Norman's face, know that he's awake. So I could do this here now, or this is how this could end, and we could put the Hulk in the page before. Because remember, he's still got to get through this gamma minefield here. The next issue could begin with them leaving the gamma minefield. Because we could extend these panels here to be the 2 pages. Or does he contact Fury? We got to figure out what to do here. We know how we want to end this chapter. We have our cool ending. Peter, Norman Osborn, but I remember you still got to call these guys in. Before we can eject Peter, there's another smashing sound and an animal-like roar, like a Frankenstein's monster. SFX of the smashing and roaring T-Rex style. The smash is so close and powerful that Peter and the vulture are both knocked over and off their cots, the restraints tearing and snapping upon the impact. Dr. Stillwell goes flying backwards. I mean, do we want to kill him now or we want to wait? That might have been too quick to kill him. We want to give an indication because remember, it's still a minefield of gamma out there. We might have pinned ourselves into a corner here. I was hoping to observe the results on you live, but it turns out I have a monster to catch. I mean, let's fuck it. We just kill this guy right here. Dr. Stillwell goes flying backwards. I have a monster to catch. He says, prepare the traps. Dr. Stillwell goes in. Okay. I was hoping to observe the results on you live, but it turns out I have a monster to catch. I have a monster to catch. SFX, the smashing and roaring T-Rex style. The smash is so close and powerful that Peter and the Vulture are both knocked over and off their cots, the restraints tearing and snapping upon the impact. As he stumbles and falls backwards, the syringe also turns and stabs him in the throat. SFX of the falling and stabbing. All right, we like that. The Vulture stands up and stares down Peter. The Vulture escapes, while Peter turns and looks at the tank holding Norman Osborn. I know you can hear me, Norman. And even I know that if this situation was reversed, you'd take this shot and kill me right here. All I can imagine right now is what it would be like to pull that plug, to finish what they started, to end things between you and me right here. But you saved my life. You son of a bitch. You saved my fucking life. The only thing I'm doing right here, right now, is returning the favor. And I know you can hear me and I know you can understand every word I'm saying. Which is why I'm going to make one what? Which is why I'm going to make a deal with you right now. Don't ever come back to Empire City. That's what I need. I need it to end with the don't ever come back to Empire City. A standoff between the two of them. So we need to extend this page. This 23-24 has got to be Peter saying goodbye to Norman and the Hulk fucking shit up. So we need to extend. This Dr. Stillwell convulsing, foaming at the mouth, I like it. We just kill him right off. We destroy this fucking gamma mine. All this, like, you can hear it, right? The Hulk just smashing fucking bones, breaking fucking people in half. And the idea could be he has this little speech with Norman, and when he leaves, everybody's gone. Like, he could literally be fucking stranded there. Nick Fury may come back and find him. But the idea could be Spider-Man could come out of that, all that, and everybody can be gone. All the Gamma's gone, all the slaves are gone, the captives, whatever, the prisoners. They could all be fucking gone. It could be literally him standing there by fucking self. And it could be a very somber ending. We have our opportunity to really put together a cool ending here for this chapter. And maybe when it opens up, he's with Fury in a helicopter. Because the assumption could be that Stark ditched him, or they took all the Gamma with them, or Fury came in and got it, or the prisoners got it. And all this shit that I'm saying is because he's saying, "Do I even care?" Empty and alone. A monster came in and saved my ass. We got to kill somebody off here. Maybe, maybe not. Because I was going to do a whole Suicide Squad thing, but as we went through this story further, we found it went a different direction. We stumbled upon a fucking gamma mine, a gamma gold mine. All right, we need to do some mining because I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Let's get over to the shitty Marvel team up. I'd love to just ditch the Marvel team up and replace it with the Spectacular Spider-Man. We're probably going to add Spectacular Spider-Man, I think, next. We'll see. Next time, we're going to finish on this trifecta. Oh, good God, this fucking stupid team up. Oh, Jerry Conway's on this one. Danger Demon on a rampage. Twilight of the Day. Oh, good God. I see where we're going already. Some demon walks through a fucking portal. Everyone's scared the demon's gonna smash this guy. Junior remake of fucking King Kong. Here we go. See, again, they keep pushing this. See what they're doing? I thought I had enough problems with the tarantula back in town. See, Peter Parker, Spider-Man #1 on sale. And now this cutie shows up to make me miserable. You cunts. So Spider-Man's gonna go beat the shit out of this fucking monster. And the guy in the purple suit. So I like it, but we have a monster running loose. One minute he's tearing up the countryside, and next. I missed it before. It was kind of a hole in space, and someone's coming through. The Falcon. First, the monster climbs through, then a Texas cowboy. Texas Jack to you, partner. Step back. There's a folks behind. Oh, good God. Dimensional doorway as such is created by a madman in an insane asylum, bridging the space between you. See the past few issues of Captain America. It's more rub. It's more of them trying to get the rub for their shitty other series. We got Captain America here, though. The Falcon's still suffering from the madness he contracted in the Dark Dimension. So I've got to chop the Falcon on the back of the fucking skull. All right, can we use anything from here? Monster on the loose. We see Dr. Stillwell convulsing and foaming at the mouth as he seemingly suffocates and dies. S effects of the vomiting, convulsing, and foaming. S effects of the falling and stabbing. As he stumbles and falls back. We're still over here. Okay, so hang on a second. I have a monster catch. Before we can inject Peter, there's another sound. More smashing. There is no dialogue here, but the panel should be filled with various SFX to capture the effect that the army guards are attempting to trap and either kit to trap and capacitate the Hulk, who we hear out there destroying guns and guards. The SFX should be bullets screaming, bones breaking, gamma rocks splitting, really dress up the panels with the cacophony. There we go. Because I don't want to just throw wasteful, oh, get him, he's a monster, he's going to kill everybody. It should almost be told through all the noise. I feel like we have a chance to really have some fun with the art here and just tell it through the fucking noise. As he stumbles and falls backwards, the syringe also turns and stabs him in the throat. Yes, it fixes. You can throw a little dialogue here. As he stumbles and falls backward, the syringe also turns and stabs him in the throat. SFX of the falling and stabbing. More SFX. Should be bullets, screaming, bones breaking, gamma rock spinning. Like I said, just really dress it up. As he stumbles and falls backward, the syringe also turns and stabs him in the throat. We see Dr. Stillwell convulsing and foaming at the mouth as he seemingly suffocates and dies. The vulture stands up and stares down Peter. The vulture escapes while Peter turns and looks at the tank holding Norman Osborn. Cut to that cool standoff type of shot where Peter has a chat with Norman. Norman, we can see, even hooked up to all those plugs and wires, is wide awake and staring at Peter with those creepy green eyes. So I like where I want to go with this page. And I think the idea is he says what he has to say. Peter should come out and see the place abandoned. Just pile of dead guards. No gamma. Like it was completely stripped. Like it was completely stripped. I like that. And they could also end with the Doctor reuniting with those scientists. Unless, of course, he grabs the train when they're leaving. Just trying to paint a different picture other than the obvious picture. All right, let's finish this mining this fucking team up story. Again, we have them fighting a monster, so it works. It always works to what we got. Who the fuck is this? Batroc! All right, Batroc de Lepe. Played by George St. Pierre. He kicks the shit out of his butler. He's pissed off at Captain America. He sees a big fucking demon. Since the ill-fated affair is the Iron Fist, I have waited for such opportunity in Marvel premieres. See, they just love pushing them titles. Love using this shitty fucking issue to push these titles. Searching for a way home to a world which no longer exists. Anyone who read Captain America 202 knows that Cap set a bomb to destroy the Dark Dimension just before leaving that world, right? See, this whole thing is them trying to give the rub to everything else. And they throw Spider-Man in to give him the rub. Spider-Man's coming to hang out. But all they really want to do is push the new Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man. What should we got here? No, actually, I got off on the wrong floor. Daydreaming, Peter? Something like that, sir. What brings you this time of night? My camera. I sort of broke it this morning. Peter Parker number Spectacular number one. See? All they're going to use these for now is to push the new shit. Jonah comes in. He's all pissed off. Several blocks downtown ferry. A SHIELD hovercraft transport makes a secretly scheduled landing as that baby's carrying a full shipment of trans-uranium. Ooh, well, we did the gamma, see? Yeah, and the science boys need it for some experiments at the New York lab. From what I hear, that stuff's worth a cool $10 million. Money isn't important. Dope. That stuff's radioactive. That went out into the air and you can kiss New York goodbye. I don't believe it. Someone hurled a car right through the hovercraft. Oh, is that the Hulk? No, that's this big fucking demon with Batroc the Leper. So everybody's gonna jump in the fucking water before they all do. Such as the tile of Zavant. So Batroc's gonna fuck everybody up, and then Captain America's gonna come in. And Captain America and Batroc are gonna fight. Since our first meeting, you have caused me the humiliation. Tales of suspense. So they fought way back. So now Cap's gonna fight this big fucking crazy demon. Spider-Man's gonna jump in, throw some fucking knee lift, and drops into the house. We got a little sidekick. Pac's gonna take the shield and crack the fucking demon across the skull. Leaper's gonna try and drop kick the wall, not break his fucking ankle. We got some fucking pounding going on, some double shots and double fucking clotheslines. This demon here, this demon's there, this demon's everywhere. Batroc the Leaper's all fucking pissed off. Everybody's gonna swing away. Batroc's gonna get arrested. The Staten Island ferry's about to crash because the fucking demon's nuts. The demon's gonna save the fucking day. They're gonna send them back to the Dark Dimensions. We're all gonna fucking go on the ferry. Everyone's gonna have a good fucking time. Run down the fucking stairs, run up the fucking stairs, punch him in his face, crack him in his fucking skull, hit his head into the fucking turnbuckle. Cap's gonna use a telescope, webbing up the fucking the 2x4. Oh, like Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Everyone's having a good time. USA, USA. This fucking stupid Marvel team up story. The furry's gonna bang up. The fucking demon's gonna die. Aunt May's getting out of fucking jail. Why is she? What is she? Oh, she's getting out of the hospital. I was hoping MJ had decided to bury the hatchet over the way I've been treating her lately, but I'm not that lucky. There's a coincidence. It's Cap, but what's he doing in this part of town? The only hospital the only thing here is a hospital. Cap's healthy. He's got everything. Adoric public, 1,000 friends, and best of all, no problems. I wonder what it's like to be a real hero like Captain America, instead of a crisis-ridden Shamil like Spider-Man. What did I miss? What happened to Cap? Falcon's insanity can be cured as some as this, but some problems can't be solved with a simple explosion. Oh, because Falcon went nuts. Did he have to kill the fucking Falcon? Did they kill the Falcon? You talk about irony. If you want to know more about Cap's difficulties with the Falcon, not to mention Peter's troubles with Mary Jane, you know where to look, Kimosabi. As for the MTU, we're more concerned about our next issue. You fucking guys suck. Hulk and the Wood God. All right. Which brings us into January 1977. A brand new year, and this happens to be the year I was born. This is also January 1977. Did we get anything out of that issue that we can use to close this fucking thing out? Peter and Vulture try to escape. Let's get rid of some notes. Dr. O catches up with the scientist just before they leave town. Peter Norman, life for a life. Norman's being experimented on. Shield, web shooters, adamantium, and they're setting a trap for the Hulk. We got all that already. We bring New Orleans to our storyline. We'll have to call it City Storyville. Dr. Rock back with his minions. That's what we need. So we know what we got to do with the Doc. So all the notes are done. To go in with brand new notes. Right, as he stumbles and falls backward. Okay, so nothing there. It's effects of the vomiting, convulsing, and foaming. Convulsing, foaming. It is a disgusting visual as his body rejects the gamma and all of his openings are being flushed outward. He's basically shitting, pissing, and vomiting at the same time. Okay, so we should have here, what we should have is shorten it up a bit. The vulture stands up and stares down Peter. No, not yet. Hang on. Change that to the vulture now awake. The vulture stands up next to Peter as they both stare down the now dead and disintegrated body of Dr. Stillwell. Hey, straight. All right. Now pay attention. Now awake, the vulture stands up next to Peter as they both stare down the now dead and disintegrated body of Dr. Stillwell. The vulture and Peter then stare down each other in silence. So they just had a brawl. Okay, so all I want is just SFX of the damage outside. But not in that shot where he falls backwards. 23. I have a monster to catch. Convulsing and foaming at the mouth, he seemingly suffocates and dies. So no SFX there except him dying. Okay, good. I want that there. I want that there. They should be on the guard should be calling him. Dr. Stillwell, Dr. Stillwell, the trap isn't working. He's destroyed the trap. Convulsing foaming. We hear the guards over the radio. Yeah, the vulture stands up next to Peter as they both stare down the now dead and disintegrated object over Dr. Stillwell's radio. So they're kind of doing the exposition. I like that. Okay, good. So it was driving me nuts how to get some kind of description in there. Guards. Guard one. Dr. Stillwell. Dr. Stillwell. We have him in the trap. We have it in the trap. But he's overpowering the hydro. The hydro. How do you make it look like it's shorting out? So it gets cut out. We hear the guards over Dr. Stillwell's radio. Dr. Stillwell, Dr. Stillwell, we have it in the trap, but he's overpowering the hydro. I want that in silence, yes. Now awake, the vulture stands next to Peter as they both stare down the now dead and disintegrated body of Dr. Stillwell. More effects should be bullets screaming, bones breaking. The SFX here should be the sound God damn it, sound of a magnetic trap trying to close on a monster. So lots of steam hisses, of steam hissing, and more roaring. We get the guards of Dr. Stillwell, Dr. Stillwell. We have it in the trap, but he's overpowering the hydrogen. The vulture and Peter then stare down each other, stare each other down. I hate stare down each other. Then stare each other down. No FX here. I want a silent shot. Doesn't have to always be dialogue. Sometimes it's just the art telling the story. The vulture walks away. The vulture escapes while Peter turns and looks without saying anything. Without saying anything else. Without saying anything. The vulture turns to the exit, escapes, while Peter turns and looks at the tank holding Norman Osborn. Or should we show the vulture taking a containment suit? Without saying anything, the vulture turns to the exit and escapes while Peter turns and looks at the tank holding Norman Osborn. Let me get some water. Stuck on this phone. Mm. Holy shit, this is 149 pages. But we're going to make it smaller, much smaller font. Mighty glad you stayed. All right. Vulture and Peter then stare each other down in silence. Without saying anything, the vulture turns to the exit and escapes, while Peter turns and looks at the tank holding Norman Osborn. SFX of the trap exploding outside the lab, which sends a shockwave through the lab. Without saying anything, the vulture turns to the exit and escapes, while Peter turns and looks at the tank holding Norman Osborn. We cut to that cool stand-up type of shot where Peter has a chat with Norman. Norman, we can see even hooked up to all those plugs and wires, is wide awake and staring at Peter with those creepy green eyes. All right, boom. We're going to finish this page right here. We just got to finish 24 and we're done. This lab is coming down, Norman. This lab is coming down, Norman. I don't know if that's Fury, Stark, or the Sandman out there, or even or even some other sort of monster, or even some other sort of monster, or even some new sort, or even some new, or even some new sort of monster in the distance. I don't know if that's Fury, Stark, or the Sandman out there, or even some new sort of monster in the distance. But I know you can hear me, so I want you to pay attention. But I know you can hear me. But I know you can hear me. So I want you to pay attention. Every fiber, every muscle in my body spasms. Every muscle in my body spasms with delight at the thought, excitement, excitement, and opportunity. Every muscle in my body spasms with delight, not end thought. Every muscle in my body spasms with delight at the thought, excitement, and opportunity. to just pull the fucking plug, to pull the fucking plug on you right now. Every muscle in my body spasms with delight at the thought, excitement, and opportunity to just pull the fucking plug on you right now. It would be justice, wouldn't it? I bet right now you would even welcome it, which is why I can't do it. Why I can't do it. But rather than getting mad at his, because I have a code, I want him to say, this is his monologue. But I always hate when the hero does that, oh, it's just my code, I can't kill somebody. No, fuck that. He's going to tell him why right here. Which is why I can't do it. Not because of a code of honor or a desire to prove that I'm better than you. I like that. Every muscle in my body spasms with delight at the thought, excitement, and opportunity to just pull the fucking plug on you right now. It would be justice, wouldn't it? I'll bet right now you would even welcome it, which is why I can't do it. Not because of a code of honor or a desire to prove that I'm better than you. I'm doing this because you saved my life. Because you saved my life. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. I like that. I really like that. Every muscle in my body. All right, do the whole line. The lab is coming down, Norman. I don't know if that's Fury, Stark, or Sandman out there, or even some new sort of monster in the distance. But I know you can hear me, so I want you to pay attention. Every muscle in my body spasms with delight. At the thought, it spasms with delight. At the thought, excitement, and opportunity to just. At the thought, excitement, and opportunity to just pull the fucking plug on you right now. It would be justice, wouldn't it? I'll bet right now you would even welcome it. Which is why I can't do it. Not because of a code of honor. Not because of a code of honor. Or a desire to prove that I'm better than you. I'm doing this because you saved my life. You son of a bitch. I'm doing this because you saved my life. You son of a bitch. Do we have to show him unplugging the tank, or what is he gonna? You son. Should he say right now? Don't come back to Empire City, you son of a bitch. I'm doing this because you saved my life. You son of a bitch. So I'm returning the favor with one stipulation. Don't ever come back to Empire City. That is your penalty. That is your penalty for crimes committed, for sins. That is your penalty for for sins past. That is the price. That is the price for your freedom. using fury. That is your penalty for sins past. That is the price for your freedom. Is that it? Do we want to end it there? Is that what that how he says it? Just pull the fucking plug on you right now. It would be justice, wouldn't it? I'll bet right now you'd even welcome it, which is why I can't do it. Not because of a code of honor or a desire to prove that I'm better than you. I'm doing this because you saved my life, you son of a bitch. So I'm returning the favor with one stipulation. Don't ever come back to Empire City. That is the penalty for sins past. That is the price for your freedom. So I have one whole page left here. So we stretch this out by showing the Hulk. I was going to say, I was going to have him going up top, leaving the lab to see everything's abandoned. That is the price for your freedom. With one stipulation. Don't ever come back to Empire City. That is the penalty for sins past. That is the penalty for your past. That is the price for your freedom. Not sins past. That is the penalty for your past. That is the price for your freedom. Don't ever come back to Empire City. That is the penalty for your past. That is the price for your freedom. I like that. That ends that fucking page right there. That's a great one ended page. That's a great fucking line. So I'm returning the favor, you son of a bitch. I'm returning the favor with one stipulation. Don't ever come back to Empire City. That is your penalty. That is the penalty. That is the penalty for your past. That is your penalty for your past. That is, yeah, that is the penalty for your past. That is the price for your freedom. That's good. Bang, right there. Now, now we got one page to go. Que façam bravo. Let's finish this fucking thing because I'm about to pass. Fork out. I've eaten. I've pleasured. I've been pleasured. Let's see what we got here. Amazing Spider-Man. 164. Peter's going to blow the Kingpin. All right. So again, we've done this thing with the labs on the table. Deadline. Now you understand why I wanted to capture you intact, Spider-Man. There'll be a moment the machine is going to steal your very life force, so that my son may live again. Did we not just see this with the Wraith? They are literally ripping off their own storylines in the same goddamn month. Having discovered your precious son was the mysterious schemer who was trying to destroy your empire. The last time I saw you, Pudgesy, you were hopefully catatonic. Yeah, I remember, all the way back. Remember? He froze up. Richard repented insect and hoping to make me proud of him, and he reorganized the crime cartel called Hydra. I regained my senses, only to learn Richard had merely been a hoop of the malevolent Red Skull. Oh shit. The Skull had used my son and Hydra to help activate the fifth and final sleeper. So it was me to stop him. Hold your grounds, Richard, and fight! While Captain America and the Falcon beat the shit. It was no battle without his casual ties. The preceding flashbacks brought to you courtesy of Captain America, 148. This was just literally just the rub. The rub! At my command, Richard was placed in cryogenic suspended animation. I like it. Until such time as I could save him. Cryogenic suspended animation. But you still haven't told me why I am the lucky victim. Does it really matter now? Vanessa! You! Hurt? Vanessa! You're so certain he wants to be revived if the cost of his revival is someone else's life? Ah! I know my son! Oh, come on, say anything. I'm not particular. See, I like it. He's wise and off. The Vita drain now. The Spider-Man's being electrocuted. Oh, here we go. I like this. Electrodes connected to Spider-Man's body siphon away his very life force, sending those living energies coursing through the bizarre mechanism called a Vita drain into the body of the comatose son. You gotta be kidding me. Richard, you're home. He's awake. Everyone's happy. Alone and forgotten. Come, my son. The string straps are retracting, setting me free naturally, since you are no further use to me. In the beginning, you were quite a nuisance, wall crawler, capturing my man Kane, preventing the Sandman from stealing that cryogenic converter. But in the end, you more than made amends. So that's it. He just took a little of his life force, and that's all that was needed. With your life force drained, you are a dying battery, sustained by a few final sparks. Before the energy transferred, my son Richard had less than 6 hours left to live. It says, throw them out. I have more important things to do. Land sakes, what is that? Spider-Man's all fucked up, but we've done this already, all fucked up. Falls into his own fucking dumpster. He wakes up, makes it to his apartment. He can barely walk. Glory Grant's there. He's got a stomach ache. She carries him in. He's passed out. She's looking hot. He needs a doctor. Goes down the stairs. Kurt fucking Connors, the lizard. Good Lord, what's happened to you? And after our hapless hero has recounted his sorrowful tale, that high protein extract should help you a little. Then, when you're ready, we'll try something more extreme. Rekindle the life spark within you as well. If you would help, Dr. Kirk Connors, shit goes off, shook him up. So you know what's going to happen with him now? He's going to get excited. Stolenoids implanted in your flesh are all sense. Oh, you see, he made up little suction web shooters. The life force. Now, of course, that was stressful to him. He's jumping along the bridge and the burrows. Oh, we're here at the Brooklyn Navy Yards, the good old fashioned Brooklyn Navy Yards. But he's all fucked up still. But he's here with his son showing him around. Don't be sarcastic with me, Richard. I'm your father. I demand your respect. You have my love, Dad. Isn't that enough? The family's going to look shit up. Spider-Man gets shot in the head. Web shoots are coming out. Guns are coming out. Bars are being bent. He's thrown off the thing. He jumps down. It's an absolute battle royal in the Brooklyn Navy Yards. Kingpin's going to come up. He's the heavyweight champ. Spider-Man's going to punch him in. Vanessa's going to order shootings and shootings and more shootings. They're going to jump it out. They're going to fight off the fucking scaffold, over the top rope, onto the arena floor. And then what's going to happen there is they're going to continue fighting on the scaffold, the steel cage. He's going to web his feet. He's going to lose his balance. Hydraulics going to cut out. Things going to snap. He's going to fall in the water. He probably can't swim. He's going to drown. They're going to assume he's dead. He can't be seen. Vanessa said, no. We tried to kill him and drain his life force. I got to bring my son to rejuvenate. We're going away now to find some place where Richard can recuperate in peace. Perhaps forget what has happened to him. If you are wise, Spider-Man, you will not cross my path again. I like that. Oh, good God. This is Sturgeon, the fucking dinosaur man. That's next. God, they're really just getting into the stupid fucking storytelling area of fucking the Spider-Man comic books. He's fighting fucking Sturgeon, the fucking dinosaur man. Now we got a Marvel team up with the Hulk. If we can get our last issue done here, our last page done here, then we can save that an annual for next time. If not, then if not. John Byrne, hey. John Byrne. John Byrne. All right. How do we want to end this chapter? Peter, we see. All right, so Peter emerges from the lab and looks out as the sun starts to rise over the now abandoned gamma mine. Peter emerges from the lab and looks as the sun starts to rise over the now abandoned gamma mine. Peter sees Peter emerges from the lab as the sun starts to rise over the now abandoned gamma mine. No, we shouldn't have that there yet. It should be panel 2. Peter emerges from the lab. What do you think J. Jaws was going to do? I mean, do we want to do 8 panels there, or could we bring some of these panels over? The guards scattered to the exit. One more shot. There's a smash. Assemble backwards. Yeah, I like this. Yeah, this is good. This is a good 8-page panel. 8-panel page here. Isn't that monologue? Page 24. That is the price for your freedom. You see the sunrise. There you go. No. Peter emerges from the lab and looks as the sun starts to rise. As the sun, and looks at the sunrise. At the sunrise over the now abandoned gamma mine. Peter sees the place abandoned. Just a pile of dead guards and no gamma rocks, like it was completely stripped. Caption across the panel reads, several hours later. Peter emerges from the lab and looks at the sunrise over the now abandoned gamma mine. Peter sees the place abandoned, just a pile of dead guards and no gamma rocks, like it was completely stripped. Caption across the panel reads, several hours later. Close up on Peter as he stares at the pile of dead guards, of dead and broken guards. Several hours later. Just a pile of dead guards and no gamma rocks, like it was completely stripped. Peter emerges from the lab and looks at the sunrise over the now abandoned gamma mine. Peter sees the place abandoned, just a pile of dead guards. Now abandoned gamma mine. Okay, here we go. Just a pile of dead guards and no gamma rocks, like it was completely stripped. This caption across the panel reads several hours later. All right, so let's do a nice fun ending here. Close up on Peter as he stares at the pile of dead and broken guards. Hell happened. By the time I got Norman's tank drained, I left him asleep. By the time I got Norman's tank drained, I left him asleep in a recovery chamber. By the time I got Norman's tank drained and left him asleep in a recovery chamber, I decided I've reached the end of my obligation. By the time I got Norman's tank drained and left him asleep in a recovery chamber, I decided I've reached the end of my obligation. I decided I've reached the end of my obligation. By the time I got Norman's tank drained and left him asleep in a recovery chamber, I've reached the end of my obligation. I decided I had reached the end of my obligation. By the time I got Norman's tank drained and left him asleep in a recovery chamber, I decided I had reached the end of my obligation. Whatever took this place out, took everything with it. Perhaps the captives got away. Or perhaps the captives got away. Whatever took this place out took everything with it. Or perhaps the captives got away with more than their lives, implying that they stole the gamma chips. Close up on Peter as he stares at the pile of dead and broken guards. By the time I got Norman's tank drained and left him asleep in a recovery chamber, I decided I had reached the end of my obligation. I decided I had reached the end of my obligation. Whatever took this place out took everything with it. Or perhaps the captives got away with more than their lives. Or perhaps the captives got away with more than their lives. What are we going to do on these last panels? Peter was staring up, right? Got 4 panels here. We're essentially ending this chapter with Dr. O. Waiting. Dr. O waiting on those scientists. That J. Jaws is what you think. Let's get through the rest of it. Guest starring Woodgod. Oh, good Christ. So the Hulk came through and destroyed everything. Fucked everything up. A pile of dead and broken bodies. All the captives escaped. Will Hulk start turning on his wheel? Hulk comes here. Hulk beats the shit out of everybody. What are we doing here? Father smells funny again. The Wood God. The father is dead, killed by Scream. Marvel Premiere 31. Oh, God. Ooh, X-Men. With Colossus. Banshee. What is all this? No, we don't want that. We need it. No. Oh, come on. But it's a truth they'll have to wait a few pages as we turn our attention about 30 miles due east of the dust-blown streets of Liberty, New Mexico, too. Aye, you be ashamed to be calling yourself an X-Mon. I think your group leader realized the rest of you would have a hard time clinging out here, Red. But I hope he's going to pay for the dry cleaning when it comes to the bugs splattered off my costume. And we would have been walking with him, Wolverine, if Phoenix hadn't psychokinetically summoned the X-Shuttle to pick us up. Ay, ay, ay. Good grief, we've all been so shot since we battled the gods back at the nest. What is this? As chronicled in the giant-sized Marvel team-up? Really? There wasn't enough you were selling team-up, you had to make a fucking giant-size. No, I'm not reading that fucking piece of shit. Fucking series sucks. Closing it fast. What are they, Banshee? Not more of the ranks? The racks? Oh, jeez. There's an annual, too. It's a fucking annual, too. Holy shit. We have to open these things for next time. Right? Giant size? Annual? MTU annual. Oh, God damn it. The annuals. They appear to be some sort of hovercraft. Tremens the floater, too. Nearing infecting area. Low altitude. Liberty, Mexico. They're shooting lots of missiles. Other X-Men are coming. Colossus. Cyclops got to open up. He's going to fuck some shit up. Hold the X-Show. He's fallen. Spider-Man's fallen. Who's going to catch him? Banshee catches it, but unfortunately, Banshee and everybody's probably separated. Bring him down, Banshee. There's something on this view screen I think you ought to see. Tremens the floater tracking screens. Hulk versus the Wood God. Oh, good Christ, the fucking Wood God. All right, so Banshee and Hulk can go in there and fuck some shit up. For that, Hulk will smash. Scream has taken your green man. The Scream took the Wood God's mother and father. Ooh. Hulk's gonna give him a little double uppercut. Hulk will smash you, Red Eyes. Hulk will smash! But why does Hulk feel so dizzy? What is wrong with Hulk? Hulk wants to shit. Hulk wants to make green poo-poos. Shaking and playing, a blueberry scene in the frosty air. Banshee's gonna scoop up Hulk. They're gonna flip around a bitch around here. You're gonna land in a fucking net. He's gonna chill out. He's gonna say, dude, what the fuck's wrong with you? You're an asshole. I hate you, Banshee. You know what the fuck you're talking about. Everybody's having a good time. Something, boys, not me. All these floaters. What do we got? Guessed where, Archie? He's fighting the X-Men. X-Men are fighting him. Oh, we have the containment suits. I like that. Holy crud, it's Dr. Ben. Oops, this guy's got muscles under all that hair and he's willing to use them on me. And the Hulk is right behind Spider-Man. Trouble at Tranquility Base. Oh, good God. Wait a minute, they just leave? Oh, wait, shit, they jump issues here. 1 second. It jumps. No, it doesn't jump. Does it jump? Oh, God damn. Why does it do that? Wow. It skips it. Digital issue is not currently available. Well, fuck me in the goat ass. Not that I care, this fucking issue sucks. But they're not letting me have it. But what do you bloody know? We know how we want to end this. So let's just end this. Peter emerges from the lab and looks at the sunrise over the now abandoned gamma mine. Just a pile of dead gods and no gamma rocks, like it was completely stripped. Caption across the panel reads, "Several hours later." Close up on Peter as he stares at the pile of dead and broken gods. By the time I got Norman's tank drained and left him asleep in a recovery chamber, I decided I had reached the end of my obligation. Whatever took this place out took everything with it. Or perhaps the captives got away with more than their lives. Let's move that line here. Whatever took this place out took everything with it. Or perhaps the captives got away with more than their lives. I figure Fury and Stark. Either thought I was dead or didn't care. Whatever took this place out took everything with it. Or perhaps the captives got away with more than their lives. I figure Fury and Stark either thought I was dead or didn't care. Perhaps I was better off. I figure Fury and Stark either thought I was dead or didn't care. Perhaps I was better off. Because right now, all I could think about, was going home, was home. Because right now, all I could think about was home. What was going down in Empire City? Or perhaps whatever, as he stares at the pile of dead and broken gods. Whatever took this place out took everything with it. Or perhaps the captives got away with more than their lives. I figure Fury, and Stark either thought I was dead or didn't care. Perhaps I was better off. Because right now, all I could think about was home and what was going down in Empire City. I know. All I could think about was home. Because right now, all I could think about was home. Right now, all I could think about was home. Zah! What do we do there? Or perhaps the captives got away with more than their lives. I figure Fury and Stark either thought I was dead or didn't care. Perhaps I was better off. Because right now, all I could think about was home. We pan up to the diesel punk cityscape of Empire City. That cityscape of Empire City, this diesel punk skyline. We're switching it up to diesel punk. We pan up to the diesel punk skyline of Empire City. where we come upon a sleek, lit up hyper loop station. We pan up to the diesel punk skyline of Empire City. We don't need the hyperloop station yet. Empire City. Caption across panel reads. We pan up to the floating diesel punk skyline of Empire City. Caption across the panel reads. Meanwhile, back in the Empire City. Jink, jink a dink, ink a dink, the bottle of ink, the cork fell out, and you stink, stink, stink. Meanwhile, back in Empire City, we come in closer to see the platform. We come in closer to see the platform at a sleek Empire City hyper loop station. We come in closer to see the platform at a sleek Empire City hyperloop station. Let's lay it out. We see our team of scientists, Jorgensen. Oh, Jesus, what were their names again? We're going to open up that script. The AracKnight. Who is it again? Jonas Harrow. Hit my ass. Spider-Man. Oh, God damn it, where is it? Jorgensen, Harrow, who's the other guy? Thaxton. Thaxton, Jorgensen, Harrow. The team of scientists. Thaxton, Jorgensen, and Harrow. Sorry, remember you got lines. We see our team of scientists, Thaxton, Jorgensen, and Harrow, all purchasing its. So I don't want them just walking into their office. Becoming closer to see the platform at a sleek Empire City Hyperloop station. We see our team of scientists, Thaxton, Jorgensen, and Harrow, all about to purchase tickets. Does he greet them on the Hyperloop? Does he roll up there on the platform? No, they should be not purchasing. They should be boarding the Hyperloop. We see our team of scientists, Thaxton, Jorgensen, and Harrow, all about to, not about to, boarding a Hyperloop. A Hyperloop sled. Sled, right? Hyperloop train. You would be going to Madripoor. Where would it be going? Mega City? Motor City? Cordo Maltese? Mate? Where to, gentlemen? Madripoor, next stops, Madripoor, Metropolis. I like that. Okay, we'll do that. We'll have some fun. Because right now, all I could think about was home. We pan up to the floating diesel punk skyline of Empire City. Caption across the panel reads, "Meanwhile, back in the Empire City, we're coming closer to see the platform at a sleek Empire City Hyperloop station. We hear the voiceover on the speakers. Let me get it closer. Next stops along the loop, Metropolis, Madripoor, and Metropolis. Let's see, Madripoor, Metropolis, Madripoor, and Metropolis. Or is it Metropolis and Madripoor? Next stops along the loop, Metropolis and Madripoor. Or Madripoor, Metropolis. Next stops along the loop, Madripoor Next stops along the loop, Madripoor and Metropolis. Madripoor, Metropolis, and Madripoor. Madripoor and Metropolis. Next stops along the loop, Madripoor and Metropolis. Perfect, good. We see my team of scientists, Daxton, Jorgensen, and Harrow, boarding the Hyperloop sled. The Hyperloop sled bay. As they settle in, we hear the loop being crunched and squeezed. As they settle in, we hear the loop being crunched and squeezed. As effects of the crunching and squeezing of the Hyperloop. Panel 7. The scientists freeze in fear, in absolute fear. As Dr. O breaks into their compartment. Into their compartment sled. He stands in front of them with his tentacles waving amok. With a set of cybernetic tentacles waving amok from the frame of his avatar. The large, muscular, enhanced humanoid reptilian mutation that is the lizard. Dr. O sits perched upon the head and spinal base of the lizard, attached to him like the xenomorph. But he can't talk, or unless he's talking through the lizard. Sits perched upon the head and spinal base of the lizard, attached to him like a xenomorph. The lizard wears Dr. O like a helmet. And Dr. O uses the lizard to communicate to the scared scientists. Boom, and we're done. We just got to write the fucking dialogue. And we are done with chapter 2. I'm fucking tired and excited. It's a little mixture of both. Next stops along the loop, Madripoor and Metropolis. It's alright, we'll make it small. We see our team of scientists, Thaxton, Jorgensen, and Harrow, boarding the Hyperloop sled bay. Why are they leaving? We see our team of scientists, Thaxton, Jorgensen, and Harrow, boarding the Hyperloop sled bay. As they settle in, we hear the loop being crushed and squeezed, as effects of the crunching and squeezing of the Hyperloop. We see our team of scientists, Thaxton, Jorgensen, and Harrow, boarding the Hyperloop sled bay. Just need 3 panels of lines and we're done. Should we mine? Should we mine one more comic? Should we mine this? Let's mine this annual. Let's do it right. The first Marvel work of superstar artist John Romita Jr. Spidey takes the silver screen, desperate for cash after posting Aunt May's bail. Peter accepts a starring role in the set of Spawn of the Spider. But is this Hollywood salary worth it? Plus, Peter's night out with Mary Jane turns into a run-in with the criminals and chaos if the coffee bean. All right, we're going to use this annual to mine the rest. Spawn of the Spider. It's a hot summer. Aunt May is doing what? She's getting arrested. Why is Aunt May getting arrested? Huh. Peter's got to get to court. Mary Jane. Ay, ay, ay. Warped in her head. $200 bail. She's standing up for senior citizens. He needs an advance. Jameson won't do it. He's got to get the fucking money. I just got a job as a crowd extra in a big budget horror flick, Spawn of the Spider. Hard it ain't, but it's fun. All right, so Mary Jane's active. Let's watch Mary Jane in the background. The man spider. Her brown-eyed boyfriend once sported as many arms as that stuntman. Marvel Treasury number 14. All right. Blood design, microphoric actor. This is John Romita Jr. drawing on here. Wait, settlement. He's got to dress up as Spider-Man. He's going to fuck up the movie. He's going to get Mary Jane fired. The Spider actor is like, dude, what the fuck's your problem? It's Clemmer, our special effects man. He designed the Spider-Man suit. It was not the suit that was all fault. It was the incompetent wearing it. You're fired. See, brings Spider-Man in as the actor. Played by a real live Spider-Man. Who, me? Yeah, you. Couldn't be. Then who? So Peter's getting in. He's got a lie. Greasy spoons. Spider-Man's going to go and fight some thugs. Strongman, acrobat, and a tumbler. So Spider-Man put a stop to your activities. So they're getting together all these thugs to dress up as the different actors in the Spawn of the Spider movie. They are the Spider Squad. Oh, fuck me. Get those cameras out. Today we cut the action shots on Spider Spawn. They're going to come in, beat the shit out of all the actors. The art's good, I guess. They're going to fuck this place up. All these actors, all these actors, all these spiders. Everyone's getting jumped. This guy's getting hit in the head. Everyone's getting hit in the fucking head. He's going to jump onto the fucking boat. He's going to jump in the water. He's going to fight the guys on the boat. He's going to get in the goddamn movie. Everybody's doing good. Everybody's having a good fucking time. Everybody looks weird. These guys all look fucking weird. These characters all look weird. It's essentially just Spider-Man beating the shit out of a bunch of actors that he's supposedly wrong or got fired or were stuntmen or tumblers or fucking two-bit thugs. And somehow he ends up back on a farm, inside a silo, to fight the bad guys again, who shoot him up in a spooge of fucking spider juice, and are about to drain his stupid ass raw and live and lovely, and he thinks he's going to put him away. And I'm not sure if we can get any inspiration out of here because the art is too weird because these characters are fucking too weird. And there's a lot of goo and foam and parties and Cancun, and everybody else is having a good time. So I think what's going to happen in this particular issue is nothing's going to get used because it's a bunch of explosions and the Spider Squad, and he kicks him in his fucking head, and they're going to get here too, and Aunt May gets out of prison. Did they make the goddamn movie? Okay, here we are. She were right, MJ. They're at the Coffee Beanery, the fortune-telling emporium. This guy's singing. Paul Cassidy, fingering those frets. He's been playing this place since day one. The next Bob Dylan. You'll be able to say you knew me when friends. All right, so Peter and MJ are on a date at the coffee place. But then there's a heist. So Peter's going to throw a fucking guitar at him. The other guy's going to throw a guitar at him. The Peter's going to get involved. The lights go off. And Peter and the Rockstar are going to go in and fight off the fucking thugs. He's going to change into Spider-Man. More purple-clad thugs. He's getting away in the fucking getaway car with the Thing. Who the fuck is this guy? In the studio, he's going to crush the car, rip off the roof, crush the fucking sides, rip off the other side of the roof. Then he's going to fucking chase him to the bridge, web up the fucking whole roof of the car. Mary Jane's still pissed off because he never fucking hangs out. He's going to eat her ass maybe later. This jumps to Annual 13, which we won't need till 1979. Not a lot to use there. Not a whole lot. All right. We see our team of scientists, Daxton, Jorgensen, and Harrow, boarding the Hyperloop sled bay. Next stops along the loop, Madripoor and Metropolis. Cool, it's like a fun little Easter egg. See our team of scientists, Thaxton, Jorgensen, and Harrow boarding the Hyperloop sled bay. We need to know it's them. Madripoor and Metropolis. Dr. O sighting. What do we got? We see our team of scientists, Thaxton, Jorgensen, and Harrow boarding the Hyperloop sled bay. As they settle in, we hear the loop being crushed and squeezed. Next stops along the loop. Madripoor and Metropolis. Peter's wondering what's home. He wants to. Okay, let's get a quick line in here. Peter. Well, Peter Parker pines for hope. Our three scientists. Our three scientists. The valuable chess pieces. The valuable chess pieces in this grand game. While Peter Parker pines for hope. Our three scientists, the valuable chess pieces in this grand game, are looking for greener pastures. Not greener. Are looking for greener pastures. While Peter Parker pines for hope, our three scientists, the valuable chess pieces in this grand game, are looking for greener pastures. One can only imagine if it was of the gamma kind. While Peter Parker pines for home, our three scientists, the valuable chess pieces in this grand game, are looking for greener pastures. One can only imagine I wonder how they would feel about all that gamma. Now it's getting greener pastures. It's fun because he's leaving the gamma field, so I like that. While Peter Parker pines for home, our three scientists, the valuable chess pieces in this grand game, are looking for greener pastures. As they settle in, we hear the loop being crunched and squeezed. Crunched and we hear and see. We see and hear the loop being crunched and squeezed by a set of tentacles. As effects of the crunching and squeezing of the Hyperloop. The scientists freeze in absolute fear as Dr. O breaks into the compartment sled. He stands in front of them with a set of cybernetic tentacles waving amok. Waving amok from the frame of his avatar, the large, muscular, and hence humanoid reptilian mutation that is the lizard. Dr. O sits perched upon the head and spinal base of the lizard attached to him like a xenomorph. The lizard wears Dr. O like a helmet, and Dr. O uses the lizard to communicate to the scared scientist. And this is how we're going to end it. In muffled speech. I like how we're going to end this. We end this right here. The lizard. Dr. O. Doctors. You. It's. Sex. There's Jorgens. I don't need all that dragging out. Doctors. You have a couple of S's. Jorgens. Facts. No, I don't like that. Evening. Doctors. Our three scientists. Let's say their names here. Jorgens. Thaxton. And Harrow. While Peter Parker pines for home, our three scientists, Jorgensen, Thaxton, Harrow, our three scientists, Jorgensen, Thaxton, and Harrow, the valuable chess pieces in this grand game, are looking for greener pastures. While Peter Parker pines for home, our three scientists, Jorgensen, Thaxton, and Harrow, the valuable chess pieces in this grand game, are looking for greener pastures. As they settle in, we hear the loop being crunched and squeezed by a set of tentacles. Crunch, okay, crunching and squeezing, yes. The scientists freeze in absolute fear as Dr. Rowe breaks into their compartment sled. He stands in front of them with a set of cybernetic tentacles waving amok from the frame of his avatar, the large, muscular, enhanced humanoid reptilian mutation that is the lizard. Dr. O sits perched upon the head and spinal base of the lizard, attached to him like a xenomorph. The lizard wears Dr. O like a helmet, and Dr. O uses the lizard to communicate to the scared scientist in muffled speech. Evening, doctors. Evening, gentlemen. Evening, doctors. Allow me to introduce myself. Evening, doctors. Allow me to introduce myself. Evening, doctors. Allow me to introduce myself. I think that's just really cool and creepy. Good ending, man. Evening, doctors. Allow me to introduce myself. Boom. Done. The end. We did it. Nice, creepy fucking ending. Lots of action. Lots of intrigue. Hyperloop fucking station is how it ends. Ladies and gentlemen, Chapter 2 of the AracKnight Returns is in the books. We just got to do some editing tomorrow and definitely shrink the script down a little bit. This fucker is ready to go print. We might even get it drawn at sometime soon. That's it for us today, kids. May fate and fate decide your fortune, and if you should love this, well then buy a book on the new Pharaoh's Lounge Kickstarter. Peace, love, and war, all that shit in between.